On this episode of Transparency Agenda, we're going to talk about how we at LPJ Design do not sell products, we sell time.
LPJ Design presents.
Hey everybody, it's Lewis Porter Jr. Welcome to this lovely Friday before the weekend. I'm trying to get this thing up and ready so I can have this delivered by Friday night or Saturday. So, with a title like that, we don't sell products, we sell time. I know a lot of you are interested and a little confused. I need you, first off, keep a very, very, very open mind. We're going to be talking about some things that are very radical and might go against some of your basic concepts and thought process, but in the end I think I'll convince you in a way that you haven't thought about, which I'm hoping, and you'll get some good information, of course, and something you can use in your business. Alright, let's start off. Most people sell products. They sell something that people need, that people want, that they desire, that helps them. That's basic. That's the basic core focus of a business. You sell something, a product to someone so they can get some usefulness out of it. I've taken a very different strategy. I don't sell products, I sell time. And what that means in the most layman terms is that when you buy a product from LPJ Design, our main focus is to save you time in doing whatever you normally would do with that product. Let me give you a great example. This will make it really, really, I think, a little clearer for everybody. When you're a publishing company, you start out, you want to start putting in, let's say, more art into your projects. But you don't have a lot of money for art, and you have to go basically the process of finding an artist to work with, and that is a long and tedious process because literally you got to look through all these portfolios, you got to look at all the people, you got to send them emails, you got to wait for them to respond, then you got to respond back, you got to see if they meet your rates, and go back and forth, and if they do, you got to assign what the thing you want to draw, have them draw it, you do revisions, go back and forth, you give it to the end, and then you get the final product. Now that's a really time-consuming process. Even explaining it, that was time-consuming. So with that, we sell our image portfolio. It's very, very simple. We sell artwork to people who need artwork at a pretty much a very reduced rate. So basically, my whole idea is, instead of having to search through tons and tons of artists, not sure what you're going to get, you can buy our product, see in advance, see what we have, and then purchase and go. Boom, that's it. No need to negotiate, no need to go back and forth. No, you see the product, you see what you want, and you go. That will save you tons of time in the long run. Because let's be honest, the reason we did an image portfolio was to save money on the basic cost of what it costs to get art. Because stock art is always going to be cheaper because it's stock art. It's not specialized. It's there for you to use in very, very generic ways. And with that saves you a lot of time than trying to find a specialist art guy to focus on doing one piece when you can buy this and save yourself money and time. See, I'm selling you time. The hours, and sometimes if you're done right, will take hours of finding a new artist and doing all this, is saved in minutes by getting stock art. See, that's how we save you time. That's why we're selling you time. When I sell a product, I want it to be that you as the user of it will save time using it. Let me give you a great example. And this is something Paizo did. And this is why we copied it. It was a great idea. Paizo put out their NPC Codex. Now, the reason they put out their NPC Codex is not because they have a great love of NPCs and stuff like that. The NPC Codex has one amazing trait. It saves you time. Because, let's be honest, probably one of the most tedious and most just time-consuming things is creating characters to play in an RPG setting. You gotta stat block them up. It's just a long, tedious process. Paizo realized very soon, it's like, look, we're gonna save you some time. We're gonna do all the hard work for you, and all you gotta do is pick up the book, and you can use this book multiples and multiple time by swapping out guys that you need at whatever CR you need them at. It's like, it's like they have people at all different CR levels for a reason, so you can use them on the fly. Like I said, it saves you time for having to do the long and tedious process of developing characters. That's why the NPC Codex is such a valuable piece. It's a time saver. That's why we copied the exact same thing when we did it for New Exodus. We built the same one for us because I knew it was going to be a massive time saver. It's about saving time. We are selling you time. Remember? Selling you time. The more time I get to save you and sell you, the more time you get to play and enjoy it. And makes your game prep and the playing part even easier. You know, that's why you'll see people when they develop monsters. You'll see them at several different CRs. So you can play it at, you're not just stuck. Back in the olden days, this monster would be this CR and that'd be it. Or this monster would be this level and that'd be it. That's all you get. And if you want to do a different one, you had to build it yourself. Well, most, I'd say, well, not most, but a lot of game companies have figured that out. As that's going to be something that's very time consuming. So we figured out, let us do that. Let us sell you the product with it already done, and you get to save a lot of time and just keep playing. We did it with our dragons for New Exodus. We made dragons at 3 different levels for people to play at. Usually it was like 6, 12, and 18. Well, CR. And that gave people, we did it for all of our dragons. So if you play at this level, looking for this CR, you can find it. And that saves them a lot of time. We want to save you time. That is the whole purpose of my company. I'm going to save you time so you can be playing. Because let's be honest, you got when you start to sit down and for any kind of RPG stuff, the longest, most tedious process is creating the character. But there's so many options, there's so many things to look for, there's so much that the strategy guide, another great example of that. They built that to save you time. You got a new player, okay, let's get ready to play. All right, let's first make your character. 4 hours later, okay, finally you're done. Let's play. I mean, come on, man. That's a lot of time wasted. It's not wasted, but it's wasted. I'd rather just get my character. Let's go. Let's play, or let's save a lot of time. Oh, this is what I want. That's why the strategy guide works so well. A lot of people are like, oh, I don't understand why people would want to, make this book. It's so silly. Why not make your own character? See, that's the thing. It's not for the advanced player who knows what they're doing. This is for the basic level person who doesn't really understand the nuances. And it's basically about saving them time. See, Paizo, I guess Paizo figured out, not at first, but lately they've figured out time. Time is what we're trying to sell people. Time. We're focusing on saving them time. Look at the books they're putting out. Look at what the books do. Look at how they're trying to save you time as a GM and as a player. So with that kind of, I'd say that kind of intelligence, that's something that third-party guys need to start looking at. Crichton, who does Raging Swan, he's all about saving time. That is like 95% of his business is about saving time. That's why he does so well. I don't think people even realized it. He is about saving time and making sure you have the product you need to help save you time. Yes, the product does what it's supposed to do. Yes, it's a high-quality product. But I guess maybe even the intended consequence is that saving time is what this thing does. And that's what makes it amazing. I mean, he is saving time for people. Look at all the stuff he does. Just look at what he does. That is about saving time. Somebody else who does saving time but in a very unusual way, Clinton Boomer. Clinton Boomer does awesome write-ups on his website, puts awesome stuff together, stuff that you wouldn't even think of, and you can use them in your game. And the hard work's already done. Once again, the hard work's done, saving you time. So that's how I'm seeing this. I'm gonna call this, a mindset business revolution. Finding ways to save people time will make you more money. I did it with Image Portfolio. I'm doing it now. We're doing covers and doing page layouts, and even character sheets. Finding stuff that people can have and use, and they can go with it and works for them, and they can use it in their stuff. I am finding ways that they can save time to what they're used to doing. It is really great for them, and even better for me as a business, because I can sell those things. And the more people that get involved with it, the more money I can make. That's really the key. You want more people to play this game faster and faster. You put together a campaign for Pathfinder. You don't want to spend 5 hours on combat. You want combat to be quick. You want to be fast. And people always say the slowest part is the combat, but there's so many options. Well, finding a product to help people, here. In this option, this is the best thing. In this option, you can give them things that will help them speed up the game, make it faster. any product you make from now on, your mindset, at least in mine, this is LPJ Design, this is my mindset, is how can I help people save time for what they're doing? If my product doesn't save time, it only adds time, it's not really doing anything. I mean, you're already making something much longer, and that can be tedious. People don't want things to be tedious. People want things to be quick, efficient, and easily accessible to everybody. That's the main focus. That's where it's going. And that's the really awesome part with the whole time factor. And don't get me wrong, I didn't come up with this idea of time on my own. Gary Vaynerchuk, who I've mentioned many times on this, talks about this in one of his speeches, and he uses Uber as a cited for it. See, Uber. See how it comes back around? Uber took off because it saved people time. It's a time saver. Time is the one real investment. And it's just very, when you look at it like that, it changes your mindset of what you're doing as a company, as a business person. My focus is on saving my consumers time. I want to save you time. I want to save you as much time as possible. I want to save you even more than enough time as possible. I want to save you time. And that, to me, is really the sweet spot. And if you can do it at a relatively inexpensive price, you can basically clean up. It's Uber disrupted taxis because they're cheaper, sometimes, faster, definitely, save you a lot of time. Because God knows, I've waited for a taxi for a long time, and the service has just been horrible, and that's been a massive disruption to its industry. Another massive disruptor to the industry, Amazon, saving you time. Don't waste time going to the bookstore, looking through shelves, Forget all that. Go online, find what you need, boom, order, it'll come to you. Time. Netflix. Instead of having you wait every week for an episode for something to come out slowly, they put them all up on Sling. Put them all up. You watch them at your leisure. We want to make sure we maximize your time. See? This is an idea that is more than just happening. It's been accepted, and a lot of people don't even realize how much they've accepted it. It's very much of, we are trying to make things more custom to you to help you with your experience, to help you save more time. Because we all know there's only 24 hours in a day, and you got to prioritize what's important. And if you can find ways to make it, easier and faster for people can do work, you've saved them a ton of time. I hear a lot from a lot of people all the time, like, oh, I don't buy pre-made dungeons or adventures because it's, I prefer doing my own. Well, when you make your own adventures, as we all know, that's extremely time consuming. So, as a publisher, I've always been thinking, how can I make it that people can enjoy this faster? How can I make it that time really gets to be on their side? And that's something I've looked at for a long time. Even the new structure we did for adventures for Chronicles of the Gatekeepers. Having a beginning and end, and making the middle variable really put a really cool perspective on the whole adventure process. Because generally, it's very, very static. This plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this. This makes the adventure. When it's like this and this, and the middle's whatever you want to be, long or short, you give people choices, sometimes better choices, than having them play through stuff they weren't happy with. I mean, look, we've done adventures. I'd say there's some adventures we've done that are, they're 5-star, seal of approval, awesome, boom. There's some that are 4, 4, some even 3.5. If it's 3.5 and you really want another 5, you don't want to waste time playing a 3.5. You're like, forget that. Let me get this other 5. I know this is an awesome one. That's another thing. That's a cool part. You're playing an adventure. Who wants to play the boring middle parts? That's kind of a waste of your time. So you want to play all the cool stuff that gets you excited, gets you revved up, keeps you in the story. That's why they're built that way. That's why we built ours that way. We want to get you A, to the action, and B, customize the action as you see fit. Ooh, hold on, let me stop here. That's something that doesn't really get talked about a lot, or at least I don't think it gets talked about a lot. But I think it's incredibly valid and very incredibly important that people see how awesome that is. Come on. You were talking about a situation where you are going to help people make the thing they enjoy even more enjoyable by saving them more time, making them be able to play the thing they love so much. And like I said, once again, these are all win-wins. These are all positive choices. Sun in my eyes. So, when you're thinking about your next product you're going to make, think about how this product's going to save your, I say fans, time. I keep saying fans, but donors, fans, consumers. How is this going to save them time in the long run? And once you solve that problem, and I mean really solve it, don't be like, oh, it's such an awesome product, and that's how it's going to save them time. Don't give them that BS. Come on, man. Don't give them that. No. Figure out a way that you're really going to help someone save time. Save time. I mean, great example. There's a black market book that just came out. I kept saying, oh, this is an awesome book. I really like it. The thing they didn't do was put enough like sample black markets in there. Now we're going to do one. We're going to do one for New Exodus, of course. Because I've had an idea for a black market since the conception of the game. You know, we still the name House of Pain, and that's really, that's what our black market's called. And we have a place for it. We have it all tied in. So we're going to do that. Now we've got the great rules to do it. Also seeing it, I'm going to expand on what I saw and what I've seen from other products that have not been added to that, which I think will be awesome to add. And I'm going to make it even easier by building sample versions of just our House of Pain, but other different size black markets and making them unique and interesting while at the same time portable that you can grab. Boom. Here's a new black market for our place. Great. Here's all the stuff. Great. Go. So someone doesn't have to waste time going, oh, I got to develop this from scratch. How am I going to do this? Da-da-da-da. Right? For anybody. And, you know, I want to save you time. See how this is all about time? This is a big time. All about time. What makes this very interesting, I'm going to finish it. I'm basically almost finished. I'm almost at work, so it's got a combination. So once again, I'm trying to save you as much time possible to avoid doing things that cost your fans more of their valuable time. So as a business, remember, focus on solving the question, how can I save you time? Adding that question in development of your product will save you tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money and time. Find something that's useful to you. If something that's really useful to you, use it. And then sell it to people and see if they'd be interested in it. Stock art was a great example of that. I wanted more art for myself. I wanted to find ways we could save time looking at art. We basically said, okay, let's do stock art as PDFs. And it worked out fantastic. And now everybody does it. In 2004, I think was when I first started it. Not that many people were doing it. Not that many people even conceived about doing it. Not that many people even knew what it was. So when we did it, we were revolutionary, which is a good thing. And we made some money. Don't get me wrong, we made some money on it. But in the long run, the most important thing we did was save people time and turn people that were probably, okay publishers into much better publishers. Much better publishers by providing them with great art for them to use. So, think about that. All right, I'm almost at work. I gotta walk to the door. I'm gonna harass one of my coworkers while I do that, because nothing's funnier than harassing a coworker this early in the morning. Oh, she's awake today. This will be fun. And she's singing in the car. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? You doing all right? All right. Yeah, nothing like getting that morning finger to know that you've done a great thing. All right, I'm out of here. Go do something constructive with your day.